Hi, this is Phil Hartman with PH Fabrication and Horton Race Cars. Just wanted to give you guys a weekly shop update. Hope everyone's doing well. So it's been a busy few weeks here at the shop. Just multiple projects going on at the same time. Got the Pontiac Firebird. We actually got the first tubular front half finished up. Now this one will, you can kind of see it here, but this one will hold the intercooler, the stock radiator, stock condenser, and the only thing different, it does use a rack and pinion steering instead of the factory power steering. But that one's all finished up. And then on the second front half, there's a few things a little bit different about this one. So you can see it's pretty much roughed into place. I still have to mount the headlights. The lower radiator mounts are in there for the stock radiator, stock condenser, but it's also going to run the standard power steering. So I have to make some mounts that'll mount here and over there on the tubular frame rails. But hopefully within the next day or two we'll have this project finished up and back to the customer. Now over here on the 32 Ford Roadster, we haven't really touched it a whole lot. Once I get the Pontiac out, I'm going to jump back on the 32 Ford and get the interior panels done, and that way it can go back to the customer. He's going to set the motor in it, transmission, get it a few miscellaneous things figured out on it, and then he'll bring it back. Then we'll put the transmission tunnel in and do a few final adjustments, and then he'll get it back, and hopefully it's off to the body shop. Now, we do have an open bay, but actually it's not really open. We took the dragster that was here to the powder coater, so that should be back within the next day or two. You can see we've got all the body panels set to the side. So the body panels, we got everything roughed in, and then with the dragster gone, we're able to do all our final deburring, cleanup, making sure the body panels are exactly the way we want them, and then we'll be able to mount them right to the dragster and verify everything. But for the most part, the body panels are done. Like I said, you just want to make sure all the burrs are taken off and they're exactly the way you want. Also on the dragster, we ended up having to make a new front wing. So you can see the old wing, and there was just a lot of cracks, and some of the welds were breaking, and just wasn't going to be the easiest thing to reskin. So we made a new structure, and it turned out pretty nice. I'm happy how everything looks. Multiple pieces takes some time to build, but you know, this is one thing where if he has to reskin the wing in the future, it'll make it easier for us or anybody else that has to reskin it. Also, a project that came in last week, just had to modify a fuel tank. So this tank was level all the way across, and it wouldn't fit the fuel pump that they wanted to put in. So we welded a aluminum ring in it. We're able to countersink the fuel pump, and this way the pump can go all the way up to the bottom of the floor, and then you still have room for your hoses and your wires to come out the front side. We get a lot of little projects in like that, and I'm thankful. Those are quick and easy jobs to get in and out, but really happy with how that all turned out. Now over here in the far bay, we've got a G-body in, and we ended up putting a new fiberglass front end under it, or on it. So this is roughed in. We still have to mount the hood, still have some fiberglass work to do on it. Same with the sides. We have to put our Zeus fasteners in on the sides, and then put our panels there so that way, or our chromoly tubing there so that way everything's mounted. Like I said, this front end's just basically roughed on for right now, but hopefully have it finished up in the next day or two. And then back here, we're notching the frames. So the guy wants to put a little bit bigger tire on. So what you do is you cut the frame basically in half, put a boxing plate, and then we'll cut the wheel wells and add a small section to just create like a mini tub. But like I said, hopefully in the next few days this car will be back to the customer. Now I've got a kind of a I guess a radial car, or a just a regular sportsman car in the trailer outside, and this is the back half for that. Now a lot of times we'll build our own back halves. In this case, the customer wanted to go with an S&W back half, so we ordered the back half. Just came in on Friday, and hopefully next week get that car into the shop and start putting the new back half under it. And that car will be a pretty big project. It's going to be basically building the car completely from ground up. All that we have is just a chassis, getting the suspension, getting the rear end built, and getting all the tin work and mounting the body. Now you can see we also have some bomber seats back here. These bomber seats are going for the 32 Ford Roadster. Still have to rivet them together, but the customer brought them to us and just said, hey, when you get a chance, get these riveted together and then we'll get them mounted into the car. Now I am going to give a little bit of a shout out to this Edwards Ironworker. Man, it's been a lifesaver, especially with the Cleveland punch and dies. What we do is a lot of times I'll just leave the 5/16 punch into the Ironworker. This makes it really fast and easy for us to come over, punch a 1/4 inch piece of plate, and it acts like a center drill. You know, we don't have to try to do a small center drill and then plunge it with, like if you're doing a 1-inch hole. Now we could put a 1-inch die in it, and or 1-inch punch and die in it, and it would just nail it right away. But a lot of times we use so many different size holes that it's just easy to have a nice center drill. So I am thankful to have this machine in the shop, and I'm thankful to have Cleveland Punch and Die as a company to work with. They've been really great to deal with over the phone. Anything we need, they're right there to help us out. So I do want to say thank you to Cleveland Punch and Die, and thank you to Edwards Ironworkers for making such a great product. Also want to give a shout out to Bailey Industrial. Without you guys, definitely would be a lot harder to shape metal and bend tubing. So thank you for producing such a great product for us there. I also want to give a shout out to Holston Gases. They provide us with all our argon, TMS Titanium for all your support with the titanium, Race City Steel with all our chromoly supplies, Racing Junk for your great advertisement, and Specialty Steel up in Greenville for your support with all our steel plate and sheet metal that we get. So there's a lot of companies that go into a good shop, and that's one thing I don't ever want to forget is the people that help us out also. Well, that is it for our weekly shop update. Hope you guys have a great week. It is early Monday morning, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.